Up next, the legendary Janet Jackson is chatting with us about her new documentary. Welcome back. Our next guest today is an actress and music icon who rose to fame while breaking gender and racial barriers in the process. She's sold more than 180 million albums worldwide. She's a 5-time Grammy winner and a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. You can call her Miss Jackson if you're nasty. But today, we're just gonna say, welcome, Janet Jackson.
Welcome!
Hi, Janet.
Hello, we are so excited to have you on the show. Okay, so we have so much to discuss. I'm gonna dive right in. We read that you recently went unrecognized when shopping in London. How is that even possible?
Well, it was a small shop, a little floral shop, and we were shopping for Christmas ornaments. And there was nobody actually in the place. But then there was a couple of people that came in, and if you really want to make yourself kind of hidden, you can without anyone really noticing you. So that's what I did. No big deal.
I love that. See, proof.
Yeah.
It can be done.
Janet, compared to earlier in your career, do you think women in the industry today have had an easier time expressing who they really are?
I definitely do. I mean, we did back in the day, but it's more accepted today. There's much more freedom, and I'm glad they have that. It's evolved, you know, and it will be ever evolving.
Well, I really believe that your bravery had a lot to do with that.
For sure.
So many artists and people in general look up to you, Janet. But who do you look up to? Who inspires you?
There's so many people. Obviously, aside from my brothers and sisters, when we talk about musical artists, there's obviously the whole Motown group, family. And you have my cousin Stevie even. He was a huge inspiration to me growing up and listening to his music. And then there's Brazilian music. I love Gilberto Gil, João Gilberto, Caetano Veloso, Costa, Jobim. That was a big inspiration for me growing up. Sly and the Family Stone. There's so many guys, I can't even begin to tell you. Even classical music from my sister Edie when she was a teenager. That's how my family got into listening to classical music.
Wow, I'm gonna take that list and go listen to all of those people who have inspired you. Some of them we haven't even heard of. That's incredible.
Yep.
Now, your son, Issa, just celebrated his 5th birthday.
Oh.
How is he doing?
Thank you for asking. He's well. He's great. Thank you.
I love
so
that.
great. We have to take a quick break, but we've got more, so much more coming up with the one and only Janet Jackson. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is
I'm gonna
The
do
Real.
the snake.
Welcome back. We're still chatting with the legendary Janet Jackson. Okay, Janet, we are so excited about your highly anticipated self-titled documentary coming out on Lifetime and A&E. Why did you decide to put out the documentary at this point of your life and career?
Well, I've had such a wonderful career, and I'm so blessed. And I had the opportunity to tell my story as opposed to someone else telling it for me. So why not? So
Yes.
that was a nice time.
Yeah. You and your brother Randy are executive producers on this project. What was it like working together?
You have to know when to wear your brother and sister hat and when to know to wear that professional. But it was good because Randy has my back. You know, he's my brother and he's always going to look out for me. So that was great for me.
You know, Janet, how are you feeling as we get closer to the release date?
You know, I feel good. I'm in a great space. I just hope everyone enjoys it. And I don't know, you guys embarrass me with that question.
No, we're just so excited. So
Yeah, and we are super excited because we have a clip from your new documentary. Let's check it out. Now, a few seasons ago, we sent our friend and absolute super fan, Yvette Nicole Brown, to your residency in Las Vegas. Now, not only did she get to watch the show, but she got to meet you backstage. So obviously, we couldn't have you with us without bringing her back. So joining us now is Yvette Nicole Brown.
Hi, Yvette.
Hi, Garcelle. Hi, everybody. Hi, Janet.
Okay, now, Yvette, do you remember when your love of Janet first began?
Absolutely. I was watching Good Times, and it was the first time I'd ever seen myself on television. And when I would see her with her brothers and in variety shows, it was like getting to see me. Like, she looked like me. She was brown like me. She was small like me. And so throughout her entire career, I've just watched myself through her. And to meet her and realize that she's just as wonderful as you imagine. There's this thing where they say don't meet your heroes because they will disappoint. Janet does not disappoint. She is as kind, as beautiful. She smelled as good as I thought she'd smell.
Yes.
Like, she literally was everything I ever thought she would be. And I want to say this, every single Jackson family member I've been blessed to meet since then is the same. Katherine Jackson raised some beautiful babies, and they're raising beautiful babies. They're just good people, just good people.
I love that. Now, Janet actually reached out to you recently, and that moment meant a lot to you. Can you tell us what happened?
I can, and I'm going to try to do it without crying. I was in Ireland when my mother passed, as a lot of people know. And it was the night that she passed, and my phone rang, and it was Janet. She got my number and called me, and the idea that one of my heroes, and in my mind, best friend in my head, would find me in my darkest moment to make sure I was okay, said everything. And it was like the first time I'd ever talked to her, and I feel like we talked like we had known each other forever. There's a lyric in a Muppet song, go with me guys, that says there's not a word yet for old friends who've just met. And that's how I felt. When I met her, I felt that way. When I talked to her, I felt that way. And I'm just saying, Janet, let's get this friendship going. I'm your bestie. Let's go.
I love this.
Well, we couldn't bring you on, Yvette, without talking about that. And also her documentary. Janet, what do you hope people take away from watching the documentary?
I hope we get a better understanding of who I am, to get to know me better. And I hope it's inspiring for them in one way.
I'm sure we will be. Yvette, thank you for stopping by. And Janet, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. It was such a pleasure and an honor chatting with you. Janet Jackson is a 2-night, 4-hour documentary event premiering Friday, January 28 and Saturday, January 29 at 8, 7 Central as a simulcast on Lifetime and A&E. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Now we got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. This is The Real.
Thank you, Janet.